All right, so this one is all about actually building courses, okay? Building groups, masterminds, all the different things that you can actually earn income from through problems and solutions, right? So basically, we're building communities whenever we're doing anything like this. It's really, really awesome. This is an emerging industry all on its own. Okay, so we're talking about groups, hosting seminars, doing coaching sessions, masterminds, not necessarily all of them, but just the different aspects that you can follow and take out and take from your experience and your knowledge. This is a $344 million each day that is being spent on educational services, things that you already do and love to do. People are actually actively seeking out this information, so why not give it to them from your spin and aspect? So who can do this, right? Do you have to have a degree? Do you have to have everything, all perfect and in a row and everything like that? No. Like, this is all experience-based and or education-based. So that there's the two types of people that have extreme high experience in a subject matter of some form, okay, or people that have gone to school and been educated for this subject. So just have to be ready to share your skills and provide it to the people that need that solution. Okay, think about it this way. You're saving people time, money, energy, and effort by building courses or groups or classes for them to take and be a part of. Instead of having to go to 50 different resources, this person can actually just get involved with your content and be able to know exactly what they need to do. So understanding that you're saving them time and money is one of the biggest aspects to go into this thinking and knowing and understanding. Now let's start with transformational classes. So this is going to be something where you've been through a transformation of some form. Okay, whether that's mindset, health and fitness, any type of thing that is a transformation, spirituality, anything. Okay, so taking all that you've gone through and really just trying to give that solution to them from your perspective and your methods, okay? You've designed a method. You've gone through this and made it stay. Okay, so the way that you're actually helping them is making it a lasting change. Okay, so you're designing a program dedicated to sharing support, guidance, giving them those methods, and just implementing that change. And basically, you're going to provide a really strong community to where they feel supported, they feel uplifted. Whenever you're going through a hard time in life, the best thing to have is somebody that's been through it before that can kind of walk you through the steps to get to the other side. Now, how do we mind map this change? Okay, so I want you to take a pause, take a moment. Okay, this takes a little bit of time because you have to go back to being a beginner, right? You have to go back to being in the beginning stages where all the emotions are, everything, okay? So you really have to pull out that information from deep within. And sometimes that can cause fear, hesitation, anxiety, those types of things, because we're going back into the phase that we were in. And a lot of times that can create that instant feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm going to go backwards and all the things. So try not to go into that headspace. Go into it as a place of service. You are doing somebody so many great, amazing things by going back there and feeling into where it was that you were. Okay, so what was it that was your final push? Like, what made you change? If you can brainstorm all the different things that you had to change, what's the actual change that you made, right? And then how did you do it? I mean, really start thinking, how did I actually take this next step forward? Was it through information and resources? Did you research a whole lot? Did you get a coach? Did you go to classes? What was it that really helped you? And then consider how you made it lasting. If you can list out, so most courses and classes are anywhere from 4 weeks, 6 weeks, to 8 weeks to mini series. Okay, so if you can list out as many things as you can kind of group them together and figure out the different areas that they correlate and connect. So 6 to 8 is a good structure. 4 is even just as good. Okay, you just need to make sure that you kind of make them all set up to lead together. Think about it. How did it feel when you were going through it? How did it feel before you got started? And how does it feel now that you've been through it? You know, if you can like capture that emotion, that is how people resonate with you, and that's how they know and understand that you've been through this before. So what was it like in the beginning? And then again, I've repeated this 3 times because with transformations, you're helping them make it last. You want to provide them a tool that is so great that they don't have to go through this change again. Let's transition over to educational and those type of classes. So basically, you just have to have your topic. You know, did you go to school for speech therapy? Did you go to school even for business management? Okay, finances, these different things. If you can have a main topic, and then you really need to brainstorm and slow it down and back it to where you're a beginner. Okay, if you can use this thought, one of my teachers back in like 4th grade, right? She had us write a how-to paper on how to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, stay with me, I promise. Like, there is a point to this. So basically at the very end, she asked us some pretty important questions, but it was to help make us pay attention and realize what we hadn't put into the paper. So what she asked was, did you include to use a knife? Did you include how to put the bread together? Did you include, do you put it on one side? Do you put it on both? You know, do you smash it? Do you cut it in half? Do you cut it diagonal? Do you put it on a plate? All these different little things that we left out because we're so used to making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that we don't break the steps down as if we've never seen it before. And so when you're going into any type of classwork, break it down in the most simple ways, but with the most value. Okay, so just kind of remember to go back into that space. Same thing, 4, 6, and 8 weeks. You can make it a year-long course if you need to, where you have a monthly session, different topics, different ways, okay? I promise you, once you start outlining your content, if you're like me, you find it hard to put a lot of information into one small course, so then you have to break it down again, okay? I can tell you that I rewrote this course like 7 times just to get it where it's at, because when you're trying to condense information, it's really easy to either overcrowd it, under focus, all different things. So give yourself some time to create these courses. You can include video tutorials, worksheets, workbooks, ebooks, anything. Okay, this is the important part. You got to include content that's going to help them relate the information and make it tangible. Okay, when you can take that action on something that you're learning, that's how you retain the information. That there is a big relation between having, the visual effect, the mental, saturation going on, and then being able to physically write it out on paper. And it just helps people organize the thoughts and carry it into their lives. So reference guides of some kind just to help them master this subject material. Now, remember to use some action words. These are really big in titles and things like that. Like when you're designing the course itself, you want to make people think automatically what to be doing. So if you even say the word remember to use, your brain automatically tells you to remember this phrase, to remember this whole slide. You might go to sleep thinking about this slide. Okay, you just have to remember action words really produce the physical action within our brain. It's brain science. So you know me, I love that stuff. So written forms, again, it just makes the interaction, more concrete for us. Now, take your own perspective, okay? Develop a course that you're going to enjoy. 2 reasons, okay? Not only do you need to enjoy it for the aspect of teaching it, right? But you need to enjoy it as if you were the person listening to it, because more than likely, right, you are going to be attracting the people that are like you anyway. So kind of keep that in mind whenever you're doing your courses. If it's boring to you, guarantee your audience is not going to like it, and then you'll feel defeated. No need to do that. Just have somebody take a look at it, get some feedback, have that advice, and go in it knowing that you have amazing content ready to share with others, and just do it. So there's different ways to host these courses. Okay, so you can do free versions and paid. Of course, there's always going to be a free, there's always going to be a paid. The ways that you can host them for free are through Facebook. Okay, you can create a little group in a community. Either they've paid for it or they're in a subscription-based, group of some kind, that kind of thing. So live in Facebook, it's a free option for you. You can always do it in person. That is always usually a free option. And then you can also do it through email triggered series, kind of how I set this one up for the pre-recording. That way you can deliver that content. MailChimp is the one that you can use that's the free option. And the other ones are just low monthlies. They start at like $29. So just some ideas there. Now, low payments, I do everything through Zoom, because Zoom, you can record it, you can keep it onto the computer, and then upload it wherever you need to. Okay, so Zoom for me is like, it's $14.99 a month. Can't beat that, right? Not for everything that you get with it. Then you can actually eventually graduate to your host sites like Teachable, Udemy, and Skillshare. Teachable is more you are getting the full, income from it and things like that. Teachable, you can upload any type of document, any type of video, audio, listening. I think I just said that basically. Sorry about that. Anyways, you can upload that information onto that website, and it's just all in one spot. Now, Udemy and Skillshare are a little bit different because you get paid based on how much of the course people watch, if they buy the course, that different kind of stuff. Like Udemy is, they buy the course, and then Skillshare is actually how much they listen to it. So it just kind of depends. Their platforms are different. You just have to look at their rules and regulations. So let's go over to coaching. So we've gone over how to create a course. Well, you can actually take your course material and transfer it into coaching if you're trying to stay within the same area. Okay, so, or you can do private coaching all on its own. So we go through challenges and obstacles, and we need the information to get past plateaus. We have these different things in life that coaches have either been through, know about, or can solve the solution. Okay, so, or have the solution, goodness sakes. But anyways, the reason why private coaching is on the rise is because the coach has gone through the process before, whether you have gone to school for it or you've gone through it experience-wise. So having a coach basically gives your client that go-to person for extra support, guidance. You're their sounding board. That's where the ideas flow and energy is created. All the things come in that coaching session. I mean, I can't tell you how many breakthrough moments happen for my clients when we're sitting in that one-on-one session, because it's just an open, safe space. And if you're the right coach, you're going to recognize and point out exactly where their focus could be. Okay, we're not here to tell them how to do their business. We're here to give guidance. So as long as you remember that you're here to give guidance and just help them refocus, like my coach had to slow me down. I was going a million different directions, right? And I had all these ideas and all these things. And she's like, we got to start your business first. Let's back up and let's focus on these 3 areas first. And that's what a coach can do for you, is kind of help you in the beginning stages. This can be for educational purposes too. I'm sure you understand how different it is when you had a mentor in school or if you had a tutor. Okay, the same thing applies. The more personalized approach is just, it's one-on-one. You're just giving them that privatized session. Now, basically, you break it down. I've kind of already gone over this, but just remember, you're their guide. You're not there to tell them how to do things. You're just there to guide them through the things that you've already been through. Okay, just give them the information, help them get a little bit organized, refocused when they need to, and really help them develop a system to manage the information or manage the business. So if you can kind of remember that you're their guidance system, you're like their table of contents. You keep them all in line and tell them what direction to go in. Now, if you didn't know, business coaching has gone from like a fad to a fundamental, and it says that it's the ability to coach and develop others. That's according to Forbes magazine. Okay, we are seeing an increase of 63% of big organizations and corporations actually leveraging some type of mentorship or coaching program within their own workspace. So obviously, this is a reason why we need to be paying attention to this. Having a coach and a mentor is really important for people that are going through these different stages in life. So if you can be one of those people to help them, think of the impact you make on their life long term. Okay, and then why is it so effective? Because you're getting accountability, you get the standards and the processes. Like, you're not having to go through and have 50 different resources. I'm going to say that again, because you can get it all in one spot. Now, the next area is a newer, well, it's not really new, but it's new in the social world, right? Masterminds. Okay, so masterminds are really cool, really awesome ways to get connected with other like-minded people. I'm in a mastermind right now, and I'm telling you, like, the difference is that you're not trying to sell each other anything. You're really just there to support each other and guide each other in ways that you need that extra guidance. It's like a give and take. Okay, you host these, you can be a part of them either way. Okay, if you're trying to earn income from being a mastermind developer, you can. Okay, people do pay to be in these groups. You have to get a little bit established, but just know that they're good for creating that connection point and helping each other out where it's needed. Brainstorming ways to up-level your business, their business, life and goals and all these things. It's basically just it's designed to encourage that continued growth. Now, meetings can be daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly. I mean, you don't have a lot of dailies, but you can have these structured in a way that works for the people that are within the group. So just kind of keep that in mind as an additional resource that either you can create or be a part of. Now, creating groups, especially on Facebook or, in person, are really big. If you can create a community where people can go and feel supported and voice their questions, have their concerns right there to have help. Think about it. You can do this for free. You can have a first level, second level, where you charge a little bit for each different, section. They're getting this value, you're giving that value, and just kind of feel what's comfortable to you. I have a free Facebook community group, as you guys know, and I love going in there and sharing my information with them. A couple of the people are clients and a couple of them aren't. It's just your way to continue sharing your information and providing value, because when we provide value for others, it encourages our own competency. And that's because we keep mastering it. Every single time we talk about the things that we're doing, it just increases and up levels our ability to do it better. So never feel like you can't do things for free, but you can lead them into being paid clients. So anyways, this is all I have for creating courses and walking you through the steps to figure out how to create that course. It's not that complicated. It's just kind of going back and remembering all those little steps that you had to take along the way to get to where you're at, or what did you have to learn in school that walked you to this place. So if you have any questions or you want some further guidance, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you and kind of give you those breakthrough moments as well.